we kind of have a misnomer like, oh, when you arrive at king, then you've arrived. It's no better an energy than the warrior or the lover. They're all important. And if you find a man who's just really put his weight on one of those energies, even king energy is not really a well-rounded man. Is this something that I'm weak in? Let me work on this.
The one everyone wants to be, I'm joking, kind of, is the king. So, and there's lots of conversation in the world right now about kings, and I have had the good privilege of working for some truly, truly amazing kings, and so I feel a little bit spoiled in this department. But why don't you tell us? Why don't you tell us about your interpretation about the king?
Well, it's sort of not my interpretation. Most of what we're talking about comes out of this book by Roger Moore and Douglas Gillette, which is by the same name, King, Warrior, Magician, Lover. And, in the men's work that I'm involved in, this is kind of one of our Bibles that we apply because it just works so very well. And it's such great information for, again, being able to choose the machinery and distinguish the machinery that's running us, at least as men, and be able to go, I don't like that one. Let's fix this up now that we can see it. Because if you can't see what's running you inside, and if you don't know what's going on in your finances because you just didn't do a budget and you're not looking at your credit card statements, or you don't know what your investor is doing with all of your capital or what your CPA is doing with your taxes, then you can't actually fix the problem. You just go, how come I don't have any money? Well, I don't know. I'll just keep working, I guess. That doesn't work. So you're asking about the king. Unlike the warrior, who's focused and determined, the king is centered and creates structure. And you're like, well, doesn't a warrior create structure? Not really, no. In fact, a warrior is sort of the opposite. It creates chaos. When you see big movie battlefields, do you see warriors creating structure and building bulwarks and, making castles? No, it's melee and cacophony and chaos and just stuff piles of awful gross everywhere and damage and pain and, withering, anguish. So there's not a lot of let's build structure. Let's consider others. Let's create abundance for ourselves. And let's create a sense of not only offense, but a sense of defense, a sense of well-being for everybody. And I'm doing this feeling because it's in my realm and I want to expand my realm. Well, what's the best way to expand my realm? Probably to use warrior energy to do that. I might have to step out or enroll other warriors to come work to, because the king doesn't necessarily go to battle all the time. He's trying to build bulwarks. He's trying to keep everybody safe and the economy going in his little village or his keep. But the warriors are out expanding. So on the king side, that's how that works. And again, there's a dark side to the king energy. And the one side of the hand is the weakling. The weakling is somebody who's like, well, the child king who's easily manipulated to do whatever they think that whoever's manipulating them knows to do, usually a magician. And then the other side of that is, of course, the tyrant, someone who doesn't listen to anybody in his realm, just goes, I say this, then you go do it. Because I said it, like a belligerent parent or something. Well, why gotta do that? Because I said so. That's tyranny, right? So with the king energy, we kind of have a misnomer like, oh, when you arrive at king, then you've arrived. It's no better an energy than the warrior or the lover. They're all important. And if you find a man who's just really put his weight on one of those energies, even king energy is not really a well-rounded man. And again, another really important reason why we need to distinguish what these elements are so that we can check, hey, is this something that I'm weak in? Let me work on this. Like for me, king energy and lover energy is something that I'm constantly trying to improve and expand in because it's easy for me to be warrior magician. Most of my life is warrior magician everywhere. So does that make sense?
Yeah, completely. I love that explanation. That's super, super helpful. And I think you're right. I think a lot of times people think that there is a finish line of like, oh, I'm just going to get, the empire that I'm envisioning and maybe the wife I'm envisioning and the heirs I'm envisioning and the car maybe that I'm envisioning. And then it will be done, perfect, simple, easy. There'll be relief. really. And I've been having a conversation lately about burning your finish lines because it isn't how it works in reality. And you might have a moment of reprieve, but it doesn't mean that you're done. And I don't know that you're ever done. I think we've got to get rid of this conversation going on that there's going to be a promised land experience where it's all of a sudden going to all be aligned and perfect and feel good. And there's always some beautiful place to grow into. Which is one of the things I love about the archetypes, is that even if you get a little bit, even if you get proficiency, right? You're super proficient at being a warrior. If you get proficiency, there's another area then to grow in one of the other spaces.